Hello everyone, this is Diane. I am working on the Cottage core journals. I've just been cutting paper. I did do a video yesterday and I don't know if I'll tack this. I don't know. I have to do a lot of editing in that video because I was designing the cover and I was changing my mind and losing things, and it just wasn't a good video. So I don't know if I can save it by editing things out. But if I do edit a lot out and still want to keep the rest of it showing how I made this cover, I'll show you how it ended up being put together. So a lot of this was done in the last video, and I think I may have added this piece, and then I wanted something up here. This corner looks so blank, but I didn't want to have lace here, lace here, lace here. I just didn't want to plop lace down, and I just couldn't make it look right. So I took this netting that's got a little bit of a pattern on it. I don't know if it's showing up, but I just cut a piece of it and sewed it on top. It's sewn here, here, and down here underneath this, but I left the bottom open. And I glued the button on. I glued this doily and the button on, and then I sewed these pieces on. I added a couple little doilies to the back, and I had decided that the cardstock that I had used for the cover was a little bit too flimsy, so I added another layer of it. So that's this cover, and I'm going to sew the fabric, or glue the fabric to the inside. So I think I'll just glue it, but I'm afraid that the glue will show through. But I don't want to sew it because I've already got so much sewing done on it. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, and I can cover it with paper or whatever. If it looks too bad, I'll let the edges stick out and I'll just put some paper on top of it. Let's hope for the best. That's not in my music you hear. Okay, so there's that. And I think that's a lovely cottage core cover. I'm going to glue my extra layer of cardstock to this before I forget. So with the cover all put together like this, and I have to sew, I have to be able to sew all over the cover. It helps that it's a flexible cover, because I wouldn't have been able to sew around, and then I have to have this part inside where my sewing machine is, and I could just kind of bend it like that as I sewed. Wouldn't have been able to do that if it was a hardback. This inner piece is quite a bit longer. I don't want to cut it. I want it to be frayed. So I'm not sure if I don't know if I'll do anything with that. Maybe I'll just leave it. Guess we'll wait and see what happens when it's done. All right, I've been cutting kind of all over the place today. I've been cutting pages. I don't have my digital pages in here except for one, because I needed to use this for size of the other pages. But I have dyed papers, the grungy coffee dyed papers that I got from Etsy. some craft bags, ledger pages, stationery. That's another craft bag. It's a white one that was coffee dyed. Handmade paper, botanical pages, and some domestic pages like the embroideries and clocks. I have to get in my pouch of book pages and look for another one. I don't know if I have any more clocks, but something that you could find inside a cottage. And I'll have my digitals and my envelopes. I'll decorate some of those. I also want to choose one of these for each signature, so I'll do some vegetables and flowers. This says flower garden mixture, but it's closed up. I want the ones that are, do I have any? Oh, they're all closed. I thought I had some that were open. So they won't be a journal page. All right, but they will go on a page, so I'll just pick some out so I can put them away. I think we should have some peas and flowers. Put one of those in each. Some greens. Gotta look for some flowers. Am I running that low on flowers? I have a watermelon too. That's a fruit. But this is all the flowers I have. I think nasturtiums are cute in a cottage garden. I don't know if I'll use all of these, but we have them. Now I can put these away. Now I think I'll do something other than this kind of a doily with the center that I could decorate with a picture, because I think it just made it more complicated. But I don't know. I have quite a few of those doilies. But let's just see what I can come up with. It's a pretty piece of needlework, thread work. If this video ends up being too long, I won't add it to yesterday's video. It'll just be a separate one. My grandkids are here. I don't know what that thump was. I don't want to put too much on, but yet I want it to be full. I don't know what I want. I just don't want it to look piled up with stuff. I want it to look, I don't know how to say it. I'll know it when I see it, I guess. I think maybe just a motif instead of a strip. These look like little bells. This is where I get hung up. I don't want a whole string of these, just one. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, that's interesting. This wasn't finished. Oh, they're two different ones. I thought this had another row to go on it to match this, but they're two different crocheted edges sewn together. just takes some patience and trying different things. And I apologize for this ugly bruise on my arm. I don't know how I got it. I just noticed it one morning. And it's a big, ugly bruise, and it's going to take a while to go away. I can feel it's kind of hard underneath where blood has pooled. But I don't know what I did. It's only sore when I touch it, so it's not a big deal. Okay, I think I'm liking this arrangement. Turn this horizontal instead of vertical, and I think that helped. And I like this little bit up there, so I think we're going to go with this. When I'm done with the video, I will take a picture of it so I can take it apart and still have a memory on my camera of what I want. So on the back, I have this other part of the piece I used on the first journal. I think I'll have to cut some of that off. I know I'm cutting through crochet thread that should make the whole thing unravel, but I will be sewing across it. Okay, so I will take these pieces off and sew them on one by one. And after I sew the signatures in, I'll probably put a piece of crochet down there. But that's looking pretty good. And then of course I will add a layer of fabric to the inside like we did with today's. So let's see, how long is this video? Probably, I don't know. I guess you'll see when the video is up whether I tacked it on to the first video or if it gets its own. It's just that if it gets its own, I would want to do a little more crafting. So I'll just say goodbye here, and then if I decide how the videos are going, I might be doing some more tacked onto this one. We'll just see how it all goes. I'm very all over the place with this. I think once I get the covers done and I can actually start working on the pages, I'll feel a little more put together. But I'm just kind of thinking things through and, you know, trying to have fun and play with it. So I hope you had fun. I hope you were playing along with me with whatever project you're working on. And maybe I'll continue, and maybe I'll just say goodbye. Have a creative day. Hello, this is Diane. Thank you for coming to my pretty pink cottage. I'm not sure if this is a continuation of the video I was just working on or if it's a brand new one for another day. I'm not sure how everything is going to get edited as I've been working on these journal covers. So this is the first cover, and I would like to think about what to do for pockets. And I can tell you that I see the brown threads, which is fine, but I don't see glue marks. So yay for that. I don't have to cover that. So what am I going to do for pockets here? I'm going let me see if I have a handkerchief that would work. That one's already partially used, and I would like to use ones that are partially used, but I need something a little bit bigger for this larger size journal. This with the daisies is pretty. Is it too fresh for a more grungy journal? Very noisy around here today. I'm looking for my pages that I cut. Oh, they're right next to me. See, that's bright. So I don't think that's too... Maybe I could copy dye it. This one could be pretty. And that would be using up a partially used one. Yeah, I'll use this one. For one pocket anyway. I'll probably put it on cardstock to give it some substance. I'm putting it to where the cardstock is because this fabric is hanging off the cardstock. That would be very pretty. So I didn't cut that straight. That's not that bad. Okay, those will be my pockets, but I will have to attach them to something, I think. I think it would just be too, I think that's the right side. I think it'd just be too loose, flimsy. But I really don't want to add color to that, so this might end up being on vellum. And maybe this too, because you'd be able to see the color through that thin fabric. Right, I'm not going to do that right now. Just wanted to pick something. Let me see if I have possibilities for the second journal. I could use another corner of this because it's so beautiful. Oh, I like this one. Okay, we'll go with those two for the other journal. So apparently this goes this way, but then maybe I was going to have this, oh, that goes this way. That's right side up. I'm not sure how I was going to use this in a journal, but let's see if we can do a couple of these. Maybe I can use some of these images. How will I use it in the journal? Maybe attach it to the edge of a page, like that. Yeah, this might be how I was going to use it. But I'll put the flap on the front. Gonna get some mulberry paper. Or some sort of handmade paper. This has some pieces of leaves in it. Gonna look for some kind of grungy labels if I have them. Oh, this is cute. I have these patchwork hearts that I think these might look cute in these journals, so I'll get those little ones out. They come in a big size too, but I don't think I want the big ones. Here's some kind of grungy labels. Not terribly grungy, but I think they're supposed to be tabs. But they're digital. Oh, I've got this bunch. I've had this for a long time. These were on a sheet that you're supposed to tear apart and use. So I printed it on thin paper and tore it apart. This one I actually inked around it a little bit. I think these would be perfect for this. I've had them for several years and I don't use them very much, but I think they're so cool. I have so much digital ephemera. Okay, these I think is what I was trying to, I knew I had something grungy in the line of labely, numbery thingies. let's see if I have something already stamped. I do have a lot of stamps out that I can use. This looks lovely and grungy. These are on little vintage perforated papers. Okay. Okay, I just spent a lot of time looking through my stamped images, pulling out things that would go on these envelopes or in the journal. I love the grunginess of this. I just stamped a little design on both ends. It's a die cut from a grungy coffee dyed cardstock piece. So this would go on the edge of the page like that. It would just be clipped on. You can take the paper clip off and take out whatever's in there. Don't know if I'll do anything to the body of the envelope, but there's that, and I'll do at least one more. I don't know if I'll put more than one in each journal, but I already have this one. If I want to do more, I have more. I don't even remember where I got those, but they're really fun. Well, I've got to get ready to take Teddy back home, so I'm going to say goodbye. Maybe I'll tack on another piece to this. We'll just play it as it goes. Thanks for coming along today. I hope that you're enjoying this journal process. I think, like I said, once I get into the roll of it, the covers are done and I've got the pages collated and we're starting to decorate, I'll feel a little bit more together with it. I feel kind of scattered because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with it. But I always feel like that with most journals until I really get into the flow of it, I guess. So it's coming and I'm loving it. I love these covers. So I'm going to have a lot of fun getting everything together in these. And I'm glad you're here for the process. I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye.